Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to another KPC Live, a weekday live. Today it is January 7th, Tuesday, 11:15 p.m. in Seoul, South Korea. Welcome to the show, everybody. And for the newbies, KPC Live is where we talk about the latest Korean entertainment news, society news, and Korean culture, and all that kind of stuff. I give you the news and my perspective, and the fun, and the tea. So today we have a lot of news ahead of us. We're going to be talking about some K-pop idols such as Taeyeon and Wendy having some beef against SM Entertainment. Also, we have some news about the upcoming new Netflix show that everybody has been pretty crazy about for the past few years. One group that I really stan won an amazing award at a K-pop award show. And then, of course, we can't leave out the political scene in Korea right now. An update about how it's going after the whole martial law, impeachment, and everything. Like, the times are pretty wild right now. Yeah. We have a lot of stuff going on in regards to the president. A little shout out from Elon Musk as well, as always. And also, the main news of today is going to be about T.O.P. from Big Bang, technically ex-Big Bang, and his appearance in Squid Game. Echo is echoing. Okay, I'm sorry. So, yeah, let me start that again. I don't know why. Yeah, every time I change environments, this happens. So I'm so sorry about that. Let me just check if there's an echo over here too. No, it's okay. So let me start over so that I can cut it. Yeah, afterwards. I hate it when it starts like this, but as you guys might know, I've been live streaming in different locations and different settings. That's why it always takes a little bit more time to set up and stuff. So let me start again. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to KPC Live. It's a weekday live. Today, it is January 7th, 11:15 p.m., and we're going to be talking about a lot of Korean news related to society, culture, entertainment, and all that kind of stuff. Today's main news is going to be about Big Bang's T.O.P. Being in Squid Game 2, and a lot of controversy over his acting and his presence as well. And the director actually stepped up himself to comment about this. So we're going to be reviewing what the Korean netizens are saying, what the international folks are saying, and all that. And also, there is some controversy over Squid Game Season 2 in Vietnam. It's getting boycotted right now, so there's some tea brewing over there. Also, we're going to be talking more about the political scene in Korea at the moment. The president, after he declared martial law and got impeached and is waiting for the Constitutional Court to actually finalize that, there has been massive struggles against the two parties. Tug of war is going on at the moment in front of his office. So I'll let you guys know what is going on. And after that, we have some social news about how young people in Korea, especially Seoul, are refusing to work nowadays. That's going to be very interesting. Also, on top of that, we can't leave out K-pop. So we have some news about a group I love winning a massive award, and also Taeyeon and Wendy having some beef with SM. And also, last but not least, very expected, highly anticipated show returning on Netflix. So let's take a peek on that and share our thoughts. So before we go on, let's do a short attendance call. Let's see who is watching from all over the globe. Yes, let me know if you're watching via chat. Say hi, say where you're watching from, what time it is. It would be really appreciated. And as you guys might know from the last live stream, I've been simultaneously live streaming on TikTok as well. So I will be live streaming there. If you... Ooh, okay, chill. So yeah, I'll be live streaming there as well. So if you haven't followed me on TikTok, please go follow me there as well. Yes. So in the meantime, let's see where y'all are watching from. Carol from San Diego, California. Welcome. Mysterio Gaming. Welcome. MJ. Hello. Esther from Ukraine. Hello. Utsav. Bro, also update podcast with Indian. Love it. Thank you. Gamma 837. Sounds like a lot of news is happening. Of course. Yes, it's Korea. Mikan 7. Lots of people refusing jobs after New Year break happens in Japan too. Oh, okay. We might be able to compare that perspective. Just after 6 a.m. here. Okay, I'm sorry about the sudden time change, but I had a meeting in the morning, so yeah, it was inevitable. Apologies about that. Cicello, hello from South Africa, 4:18 p.m. Nice time. Angela, hello from Texas. Hannah from Dubai, and Suzanne from Stockholm, Sweden. And Mohammed from Pakistan. Vikesh from Nepal. Laura from Florida. Solange from France. And the UK, Houston, Phoenix, Arizona. Love everybody watching. So let me just start the TikTok live here. And let's go on. Okay. We are ready. We are set to go. Okay. There we go. So yeah, if you want to join on TikTok, you can join over there as well. So let's go on with the news. So what shall we start with? First off, let's see how many people are watching for starters. Right now, we have 150 people. I guess it's because of the irregular timing, but I would really appreciate if you could leave a like before we go on so that we can let other people know that we are live streaming at the moment. Good morning from Seattle. Hello. Getting my lips a little hydrated, and yes, I am not gay, as a lot of homophobic people have accused me of just by applying lip balm on my lips last time. Yeah, that was absurd. Okay. Thanks. We are excited. Okay. Canadians in the chat. Okay. Welcome everybody. I don't know why, but your chats are not showing on the stream for some reason. For some reason, the chat function is frozen. Okay. There we go. It was a delay from Kentucky. Okay. Okay. Let's go on. So what's been going on? First off, let's start with the political update because everyone wants to get through with that, right? It's been going on for ages now. So what's been going on in Korea after the martial law and impeachment? Of course, we've had the Jeju Air crash and the incident, and it's caused a lot of tragedy and sadness in Korea. However, we are in a very difficult political situation at the same time. So that has simultaneously going on, adding more confusion to the country. And at the moment, just to give you a quick update on what is going on right now in Korea, as you can see in this news, residents, commuters stressed by rallies near Yoon's residence. So Yoon is the now impeached president. He is living in his, home, like the president's home, in Hannam-dong, and this is in front of Hannam-dong, and you can see a lot of protesters that have gathered, beside the road in front of his house. And to explain what is going on over here is that, you can see like a bunch of people with the Korean flag and the United States flag and Stop the Steal sign. I'll get into that a little later. But just to let you guys know, protesters have been rallying in front of the presidential residence to support or block authorities from carrying out the warrant to arrest suspended President Yoon Suk-yeol in recent days. But the protests have started to bother residents of Hannam-dong, Yongsan-gu, where the presidential residence is located, as well as workers used to commuting through that area. The Seoul Metropolitan Government on Tuesday announced that it will request police's active cooperation to minimize public inconvenience. So that is the tip of the iceberg. So what's basically going on is the president declared martial law. He got impeached by the National Assembly. Now he's awaiting the Constitutional Court. However, we have an independent investigation organization called the 공수처, and that's where they basically, it's called the CIO in English, but the organization is basically where they investigate on cases of high profile figures among the political scene of Korea, such as like, I guess, what do you call them? Like, National Assembly members, or just like regional politicians, or the list goes on, right? But we never imagined that the president would also fall into that category as well. So after the impeachment and all of that, a lot of investigation has been going on, and apparently in the democracy, like, the president is an elected official, a representative of the people, so he does fall under the category of a politician, or like a high official of the country. So that's why the CIO is trying to investigate him, and there's actually been a warrant issued to arrest him. However, that has faced a lot of backlash at the moment. What's happening is that organization deployed its investigators, along with the cooperation of the police, to arrest the president from his house. They have like a warrant, right? They have the right to go in and all that. However, what's happening is the president has his own defense, which is the AKA Secret Service. I think all the presidents in the world have his own loyal troops, security guards guarding his place and his grounds and his personal security as well, right? So that's what's happening. Those two organizations are clashing. By law, I guess technically, the people are very frustrated because we have a warrant, like, it's legally issued, and we have a warrant to arrest him. But the Secret Service is blocking the CIO investigators in entering Yoon's house right now, saying that the grounds or whatever, like, protecting the president is their priority, and the president is claiming that the warrant was unlawfully issued. It's a flawed warrant, so he's willing to fight over that in court. So he's basically just trapped himself in his house. He's just like protesting there that he's not going to follow the rules, and he's using the Secret Service as a blockade. So there has been physical contact, there has been physical tug of wars going on up in front of his house right now, and the protesters are on his side. The protesters that have been rallying in front of his house is there to actually, criticize the investigators with the warrants at the moment. Believe it or not, there are a lot of his supporters at the moment, even though he declared the martial law. A lot of people now are getting convinced that it was valid and it was reasonable. I'm not going to get too deep into that because that's like a political realm. However, what's funny about this is that Elon Musk, always highlighted by the South Korean press, notices "Stop the Steal" slogan in South Korea. So what's appearing in these protests is this signboard, "Stop the Steal." And supporters of South Korea's Yoon adopt "Stop the Steal" sign hope Trump will help. This is very delusional, and I don't think Trump will acknowledge this in any extent, honestly. But to give you some context, the placard reads "Stop the Steal" in English, a slogan used by supporters of Donald Trump after he lost the 2020 presidential election. And they're calling for the fraudulent election out, arrest Lee Jae-myung, oppose impeachment, and all that kind of stuff. So Trump supporters claimed election fraud after his defeat to Joe Biden in 2020, and the expression implies that Trump actually won the victory but was stolen by the Democrats. So you can see this happened first in the US elections in 2020, and the Taegukgi people, mostly old people, have adopted this, and they're bringing these placards to the scene, and they're using it to their protests. So that's what's happening at the moment. So basically, the president is not budging a bit. He's just inside his house. He's just sitting tight, and we don't know how long this is going to go on. We're expecting him to just hold on like that until he actually gets summoned to the Constitutional Court, and he is going to fight the court over his justifiable martial law declaration. So that's what's going on. There's been some physical friction and conflicts in front of his house. It's pretty crazy time. So if you happen to be in Korea, I might watch out going passing by that area of Hannam-dong, because there's going to be a lot of traffic, there's going to be a lot of noise and all that kind of stuff. Yes. So that's basically the update on the political scene in Korea. I know some of you guys are interested, but some of you guys are not. So let's go a little bit more into the fun talk. Yes. So what is up next is, let's talk about this. So I guess Squid Game season 2 has been a global hit. It's been #1 in all over, like 92 countries all over the world. I heard that it wasn't #1 in India because India just has such a strong domestic content market and preference and all that. So I think it has hit #1 in all over the world by now. So it has breaking records and all that. It has been living up to its season 1 expectations and such. However, amidst all of that, you can't always, go straight up, right? There's always going to be a hiccup. So Squid Game season 2 is actually causing controversy in a particular country, which is Vietnam. Interesting, right? So it's actually getting boycotted, and what's happening is it's been facing backlash among online users in Vietnam due to a specific line that mentioned the Vietnam War. And according to a recent report by the Vietnamese daily newspaper Toi Tre, the nation's Department of Cinema is conducting a post-audit of the show following audience feedback that the show has distorted Vietnamese history. And Clause 1, Article 9 of the Vietnamese Law on Cinematography states that media content that distorts the national history, denies revolutionary achievements, and insults the nation are prohibited. The controversial scene is where characters Taeho, this guy, Kang Han-eul, played by actor Kang Han-eul, and Jung Bae, played by Lee So-hwan, talk about their days serving in the Marine Corps. So I actually dig into what the problematic lines were. And I can't go for it word to word, but basically it's the line where Taeho boasts about like his service in the Korean Marines, and the other old guys like, oh, you're from the Marines, right? And then Taeho also boasts about like, oh, my dad also was a Marine and he fought in the Vietnamese War. And the old guy responds to that in a way saying, wow, he must be a really admirable and respectful man. Something in those kind of nuances. Like, basically it's translated like he must be a good man. Assuming he fought, he was a Marine, first of all, and then I don't know if there's contextual connection to the statement that he fought in the Vietnamese War. However, that's the line that follows. So yeah, you can see as like, assuming that he was a Marine and fought in the Vietnamese War, he's like a respectful guy. Like he's a veteran, right? So those were the two lines. And there's a lot of, I guess, of course, there's a lot of pain, and there's a lot of, it's a painful history for Vietnam. And speaking of a war in that way might be very hard and difficult to swallow from the Vietnamese public. So I understand their reaction, and do I think it was insensitive? I don't know. I'm not the one to judge. However, I feel like, if we just left out the comment about like the Vietnamese War, or just considering the fact that like his father in the scene was a vet, like I think most of the Koreans would have that similar response. Oh, he's like an admirable person. He's like a respectful person, right? So I don't think it was like, plot wise or script wise, it was too far fetched or anything like that. But I do think the scriptwriter might have overlooked the backlash that would occur from that line. And I don't blame him, because like you can't really like take care of every single line and see if it's like politically correct and all that. And even so, like about the Vietnamese war, there were different sides back then and all that. So yeah, anyways, it's a very, very complicated geopolitical issue. However, unfortunately, the Korean public is actually very critical about this. Their response is basically, okay, then don't watch it. Okay, the only reason they're able to do it is because Vietnam is still a communist country after all. So I don't think we should care about like how a communist country is reacting to that. And there are mixed reactions as well too. There are people saying that, you know, oh, well, they have double standards right now because, I don't know, a lot of people are trying to immigrate to Korea and they're trying like very hard to learn Korean and take the test and all that. And they love our content and they try to be, you know, accepted by Korea, but once like this one line appears, they boycott like one of the biggest show of Korean content and all that. So there's a lot of like online buzz about this. I don't know what you guys think about this issue. It's a very complex one. I can't really comment much about it as well. But as I said, I don't think the comment itself, in terms of the script, it was like out of place or it's totally ridiculous or anything, but I do see how it could offend some Vietnamese people watching. Yeah, so okay, that is the old generation. Yeah, probably. And right now we have 300 people watching, 350 people watching, and only 74 likes, so please give the live like button over there. And for some reason the chat is not upgrading as normal. Vikesh says, isn't Squid Game fiction, so why the fuss? I guess, right? I guess, but, you know, there are certain restrictions, like, in certain countries about, like, national history and all that. So, you know how, I don't know if this is true or not, but Oppenheimer wasn't released on the premiere date or, like, was, like, minimized in terms of in terms of screening in Japan and something, because like it's about the nuclear atomic bomb and in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, so it's like a painful past for them. And of course, Japan was on the wrong side back then, and yeah, that was the result of it. However, the outcome of like, you know, the victims of the war, it's also very, very horrible and tragic. So I understand both sides, but at the end of the day, you know, I don't think the director could have just like seen this coming. He wouldn't have like micromanaged it to that point, right? So yeah. Devin, thanks for the reminder to hit the like button. David, I always forget. No problem. I will remind you all day long. Lizbel, buenos dias. Hello. Okay. Hello, David and the chat. Just the tea, please. Korea is in need of immigrants, and Vietnamese students do work hard to come to Korea from my experience. Exactly. Yeah. So I hope this does not damage our relationship between Vietnam and such. It will have some sort of a bad image because the influence of Squid Game is pretty big right now. So yeah, I don't know how it'll turn, but as a matter of fact, thinking on the brighter side, right now, kind of off topic, but in Vietnam, the Vietnamese national football team, soccer team, has actually won the Southeast Asian Cup. And it's like a huge, huge event for, the nations in Southeast Asian region. And I think they were against, was it Indonesia at the finals? However, they, won, and the coach was, a Korean coach. And, yeah, they're celebrating and they're very, very, happy about the win, and, they love the coach. They have a history of having another Korean coach like 4 years ago, and they also won the Southeast Asian Cup back then too. So I don't think this is going to be like a massive hit or like a bad rep on, Korea and Korean people in general. It might be a little disturbing, but it is what it is at the end, I guess. Like, I think it would be similar to like how Japanese people would react to their action, the Oppenheimer thing. So Yeah. As a Vietnamese American, like how you talk about your grandma's traumas from the Korean War, my parents and grandparents have the same trauma, so right or wrong, they're very sensitive. I totally understand. And it's very valid. So I see both sides, and it's a very tricky thing. So like even a single line, might be justifiable for it to be banned or boycotted in a whole country. And there's nothing wrong about it, right? So, yeah. So anyways, speaking of the director, not being able to micromanage and not being able to foresee everything, and related to Squid Game. Hello, AM Soul. Welcome to the chat. What's going on about T.O.P in Squid Game? So this is arguably the biggest debate or like talking point about Squid Game right now. And the Squid Game director addresses complaints about T.O.P's casting, and Squid Game Season 2 actor T.O.P earns scathing reviews. So basically, I won't try to spoil most of the content about like Squid Game, but it will be inevitable when I'm talking about this to some extent. So if you haven't watched Squid Game, you might want to like mute it for a while. But the Big Bang ex-Big Bang member T.O.P was casted as one of the villains of second season of Squid Game. Hwang Dong-hyuk, the director, stepped up in the idol turned actor's defense. So you might be wondering, why does he need a defense in the first place, right? So what's going on in Korea is that T.O.P has the context of, he has a history of being canceled in Korea for doing weed. Yeah, marijuana. And drug usage in Korea, I know there's going to be a lot of people, like there are the knee-jerk reactions by a lot of people about weed, like, oh, drugs and alcohol and smoking is worse and blah, 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 blah. Let's not get into that, okay? Right? At least for the time being in Korea, law is law. It's considered very severely. And a lot of people believe in the gateway theory and all that. We just want to keep our country clean. And ironically, we know that is not the case at the moment. There are a lot of drugs, including very hard and strong drugs, being distributed in Korea. However, at the same time, there's a very, very big anti-sentiment, and there are huge crackdowns on it, and constant efforts to actually just ban it and police it overall. So you got to know that the anti-drug sentiment in Korea amongst the public is huge. And once a celebrity is caught doing a drug, that takes a very, very huge hit on his reputation. So he was caught doing that, and that was the first line of controversy. And afterwards, he went into military service, and because I think of his depression or some kind of condition or pressure, he took, from what I remember, like a lot of sleeping pills. He took like a bunch of sleeping pills at the same time, and that almost resulted in a negative, like a very bad result. However, it was all okay at the end. Afterwards, another line of context is that he was loved a lot from some Big Bang fans, even so. However, he started drawing lines from Big Bang, and he started saying, like, I'm never going to act or do any activities in Korea ever again. And I don't blame him, because, like, the Korean public was very, very harsh on him. So he started saying stuff like that, and then he started unfollowing, like, the Big Bang members, and, like, he's posted a story deliberately crossing off Big Bang from his name and all that. So he just drew all the lines and connections with him between Big Bang and him. So he lost the heart of the general public that don't really, care about him in the first place. He had a negative response there. And then there was that very, very dark incident that happened in the military, which did not really bring sympathy towards him. I guess it actually worked in a more negative way. And then afterwards, there was a lot of conflict and like negativity towards his actions and comments and behavior towards his fans, VIPs, and his ex-members, Big Bang members, and all that kind of stuff. So you got to understand that this is just not about weed. Like, Korean people are not canceling him over just weed at the moment. There's like a lot of things that didn't rub well in the public eye, and I understand it's harsh. So the director says here, that we decided that we had no choice but to prove the viewers through the final result as to why this character and work had to go with T.O.P, and that was why we did not cancel it and press through it after he faced the backlash over it, and over the casting. And T.O.P wasn't even in any of the promotions because of the negativity. And apparently, there are so many memes going on over here, and a lot of people have slammed the character to be unbearable, and why is there so much of him in the series as well? And there's been so many memes being generated. I don't know if this is one, but on the internet there are so many like edits of him rapping and like, you know, all that, ridiculing him and stuff. And a lot of people in Korea have been saying, after watching, like, this is from MBC, after watching the second season of Squid Game, T.O.P screen times feels excessively abundant to the point of being unbearable. Thanos, being a character who uses drug, overlaps with T.O.P's real-life controversies, amplifying the unpleasantness watching him portray such a character. His acting isn't particularly impressive either. Instead, it feels awkward and unsettling. Was it truly necessary to cast someone with a criminal record for such a role? The character's rap-heavy lines are also hard to understand, and frankly, just watching him walk into a scene feels unappealing. Had a talented rookie actor been casted instead, they might have gained global recognition through this role, and viewers would likely have felt less disappointed. Additionally, director Hwang Jong-ok would have been praised for his eye in discovering new talent. It's unclear what T.O.P stands to gain from appearing in this project. His prior conviction for marijuana use has been brought back into the spotlight. His acting is receiving criticism, and his character isn't the one that garners sympathy. From MBC. And I will tell you, like, quite honestly, the domestic comments about his acting and his role and his presence, that it's disturbing and it's awkward and it's not good, is pretty much the consensus among a lot of Korean people. Yeah. And, however, director Hwang went on saying, I believe viewers will understand that this decision was not easy, and T.O.P himself must have found it challenging to take on this role. However, after watching Squid Game Season 2, viewers are left questioning instead of understanding. Oh, this is from the news. Why did Hwang feel the need to cast T.O.P, and what exactly was the courage the idol supposedly showed? Although the production team claimed to have thoroughly vetted the casting, the result is a character that feels hollow due to a lack of acting skills, ultimately disrupting the immersion of the show. Yeah. So, yeah, there have been some allegations that he was casted in favor of the director and some connections with the cast as well. I don't know if those allegations are true, but basically there's a lot of negativity around his appearance in Squid Game, and it's causing a lot of buzz. And Daniel gave me 2.5 euros. David Pamunna. Okay, thank you. I guess you're from Busan. Yes, I did have dinner. Yeah, there are mixed opinions, as you can see in the chat. Sonia said he did act good. This is hilarious that Koreans think this is real. I thought he acted very well. And actually, Korean netizens have seen the debate, the contrasting viewpoints about his character, in the international scene and between Koreans. And they argue there are two narrative points. First of all, they're like, let's sort out everyone that's biased towards him, that's like his past fan or that's fond of him. So let's disregard those opinions in the first place. And the second one is many people abroad don't really understand the intonation or the nuances of like his Korean lines. So if you don't speak the language and you're saying that his acting is good, then that doesn't really make sense, because, you know, how are you going to know if it's good acting or not if it's verbally done by lines and stuff? And if you're judging by the dubs as well, that can be disregarded because we're talking about the original acting over here. I guess you could put in gestures and all that, but even so, a lot of people think that's over exaggerated and stuff. So there is a lot of like this disparity between the international and Korean side of T.O.P. And about like the, what do you call it? About him getting casted and about his past controversies over drug usage and stuff. The director actually has spoken out and about like all these criticisms, and he said, even in season 1, there were some cartoonish and exaggerated characters, and people in Korea said they felt out of place. They found such characters awkward. However, overseas audiences love these type of characters. In Korea, where serious realism-based performances are the norm, the cartoonish and exaggerated nature of such characters may feel awkward or overdone. That's the kind of role Thanos plays, and that's how I directed it. So he's defending him, saying that he was the one that gave that direction, and that was his intent, to have an exaggerated cartoon tone of there. And he says that he's always in a euphoric state, similar to some of the quirky rappers you see on Show Me the Money. So he said that he got the inspiration from the TV show Show Me the Money. And quite honestly, if you watch Show Me the Money, like, that's the reason I don't like K-hip hop. It's very, very cringe to me, honestly. He said, I combined the elements of such figures into this character. Since he's on drugs, he's high and over the top. I think he acted according to my intentions. While some viewers in Korea may find it overreacted or excessive, I wanted to create a character that could evoke such polarizing reactions. So he's saying, like, you're all under my fingers right now. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly the noise I expected. And I believe younger audiences or international viewers might find the character memorable or even enjoyable. Based on current reactions, foreign viewers seem to have a favorable impression of Thanos and find him striking. So that's really good that the director is actually looking out for him and he's standing up towards his own like intent as a director. And he went on saying, we held auditions, but Seung-hyun, which is T.O.P, wasn't initially considered for the role. I wanted to create a group reflecting current issues among young people, such as the frenzy over cryptocurrency, virtual currencies and drugs, which are also problems overseas. We held auditions for a long time looking for someone who could portray a hip-hop loving drug using character, but I couldn't find anyone who met the criteria. And then he came up with T.O.P. And then someone on his team mentioned Seung-hyun and brought him to my attention. Then they said, hasn't he been out of the public eye for a while? And explained that after his marijuana incident, he'd taken a long hiatus. Since he used to act and rap, they suggested contacting him through the production company. I wasn't expecting much considering he had been away for a long time and had quit everything after the marijuana incident. I think he spent a lot of time reflecting on whether he could play a rapper ruined by drugs, a role that was so similar to his own story. So I see the part where the director is supporting him, saying that there needed to be a lot of courage for him to make this decision, because he knows he's going deep into the fire in the hole, right? Like he's going to he's just descending to hell, but just by himself, because he knows his public reputation and he's like actually like, reinforcing it. And then he goes on saying, up until the press conference, I didn't realize T.O.P hadn't been forgiven to this extent. So this is the part that kind of baffled me. The director, despite saying that he did thorough research about the backgrounds, about like his actors and stuff, he said, when I cast him, I researched the history of celebrities who had resumed their careers after drug scandals, going back to like the Park Chung-hee administration, and at that time there were crackdowns of marijuana use and many were allowed to return to the industry after about 4 years. Given that it's been 6 to 7 years for Seung-hyun, I thought enough time had passed for people to accept him. However, I was surprised by the backlash. After seeing the controversies and his comments about not making a comeback in Korea, I realized this is a bigger issue than I thought. But personally, I couldn't just say you can't be a part of this because you haven't been forgiven. I wanted to work with him to create something that could show whether he could earn forgiveness. In the end, it's up to the public to decide if they'll accept him after seeing his work. Yeah, so that's what's going on. And as I said, the initial reactions from like the bite-sized news about like T.O.P gets canceled by the Korean public, his acting deemed awkward and blah, blah, blah. A lot of foreigners and the international audience was saying all over weed. That was the knee-jerk reaction. But as the director also new, and the Korean public is pointing out, it's not just about weed, but it's about his whole story and his steps, his behavior after that incident. And it's not just about the marijuana case. So, the director brings up other figures that have been, doing, drug usage and all of that kind of stuff. There's a representative actor in the Korean movie scene called Ju Ji-hoon. He rebounded back from the drug scandal and all that. And people have been comparing why is he okay and why is T.O.P not okay. However, there were different trajectories in how they responded and reacted to their conflicts. One side stayed very silent, and he was like very apologetic, and he slowly just tried to, I guess, redeem his reputation by just constantly putting out work. One side was very like, I'm not trying to criticize him, but like how the Korean public are seeing him is like one side was very unapologetic. He tried to like make a drastic move, and also he was very salty about Korea, and he actually said, I will never do any activities in Korea. And he also drew all the lines to his best fandom and all that. So all of those comprehensive, things were integrated and snowballed up to this. So I don't know which side to actually side on, because my objective point of view, okay, so like without any kind of bias, it's very hard to not have any bias. If I had any bias, I would have a fondness towards them, because I was a Big Bang fan after all, and like he was my bias when he was in Big Bang. So, however, trying to be super, super objective, I honestly thought his acting was okay. Like, I'll be totally real. Like, when I saw it, maybe it's because I'm an intellectual, maybe, I'm just kidding. Maybe because I'm into media and I've seen a lot of movie scenes. You pretty much know when the director is trying to put in a comic relief, and you pretty much know when the acting is exaggerated or not. Like, even though there's the third wall, right? Even though you're trying to immerse into the drama and you try to, like, digest it as reality as it is, as realistic as it is. And I guess, like, a lot of standards for good acting for actors is that you don't sense any kind of awkwardness, and it totally seems natural and all that. I guess that is like the general rule of thumb on how you decide if the actor is good or not. Like, emotions actually transcend through screens. However, if you're given the role as like the comic relief or the cartoonish exaggerated character, and you can basically see that the actor is trying to deliver that and he's doing that, then I feel like I felt like his acting was okay, and it was actually funny to some extent. One part I do agree about the criticisms from coming from Korea is that his presence was spotlighted maybe a little bit too much. And hear me out. I feel like while his character is pretty interesting, it doesn't have like a huge role in terms of the plot. Okay, like he's a villain, but it's not like a massive role. I felt like there could have been a little... What the hell is going on? Okay, there was a random ad playing on Koreaboo, but I felt like there would have been, like, you know how in like idol, what do you call it? K-pop idol music, it's like only 3 minutes and there's like 7 members. So you get to split it, and not every member gets like an even amount, and one member is left with like 5 seconds or something like that, right? So I felt like the ratio of the other cast wasn't like evenly spread, and there were other members that had a story that could be more scrutinized, and there could have been a deep dive into. However, it was a little questionable of why T.O.P was spotlighted like that much. So yeah, I mean, I was basically okay. I was basically fine with his acting, and I was pretty surprised, seeing the Korean public's reaction. Until now, I can't really identify if the public is actually just really thinking that his acting was very awkward and exaggerated, because I do not agree with that personally, or whether it's just because they're very negatively biased towards him. I think both factors might be taken into account. But that's just my opinion. So if you're Korean and if you don't agree with me, don't hate me. If you're an international viewer and if you don't agree with me, don't hate me. It's just my personal observation. But yeah, those edits about his rap in the middle and putting like Big Bang MRs on it and like making an amazing rap, those were funny too. So yeah. So that's the big controversy right now going on. And, I guess like it's more about like, there are layers of controversy. Like one's about his acting, one is about his casting at the same time. Like, why do you want to give more opportunity, to, I guess like a person who has a criminal record and is not like a good role model for the youth or like the growing generation or Korea, or that paints Korea in a bad light if there are so many other actors that are talented that could take that role in such a good IP, in such a good series. So yeah, there's a lot of layers there, but let it be. He's okay, spoiler alert, block your eyes, stuff your eyes. He's not gonna appear on season 3, right? We all know he's not going to appear on season 3. So it's going to pass and people are just going to, forget about it. One thing I'm very worried about, concerned about, like in a humanitarian perspective is like, as the director said, he must have couraged up a lot to appear on the show as that character. I don't know what his psychology is. A lot of people say he's very fourth dimension and he's like a very rebellious figure. So a lot of people also speculate that he might have done this to rub it in the Korean public's face as well. He's like, I don't give an F, like I'm successful, I'm doing whatever I want, and I'm even playing this character. And I don't care if you like me or not. Like, a lot of people are thinking in that way as well, too. But if that's not actually the case, and he actually really just buckled up and he was like trying to kind of like redeem his reputation, and he was actually trying to do like, gain some compliments and praise from the public, it totally backfired, at least in Korea. So, like, that would definitely take a mental toll on him, because like, even if the international audience is praising him, I guess that's what matters at the end nowadays. If you're a Korean person in Korea and exposed to Korean media, just as MBC or Korean part of social media where you read Korean comments and such and such and such, that is going to have like the first-hand effect towards your mental health and state. So I really hope this doesn't really like affect him in like a bad way. He must be in like a very, very, I guess, frustrating spot. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just sipping wine and tea and just enjoying this whole show. But yeah, anyways. Okay, let's read some comments. Let's read some opinions about this. Let's see. Sinsin says he was cringy, but I think he acted exactly how the director wanted that character to be like. Pretty much the same. I think the character was made for him. He's a jerk, but also funny. The moral superiority people are using is crazy. When can someone be redeemed by the public in Korea? His crime was doing weed, which I am against, but in the end of the day, he harmed himself. Of all the crimes canceled nonstop for drugs. Great point of the director. Overseas audiences love these characters. Yes, he harmed himself because the Korean people were so hard on him. That shows that there's an issue with judgment. Actually, like, okay, about this, I know it's going to be very controversial, and I feel sympathy for him as well, and no celebrity should receive that amount of hate like ever. And there have been so many bad records in Korean entertainment history of like, celebrities unaliving themselves because of the hate comments and all that kind of stuff. However, just to give you the picture of like the mindset of Korean people here is like, it's different from other cases because according to the K-nets, it's different because you're the one who did drugs. You're the one who got like the criminal record. You're the one who was faulty, and that led to hate. So your actions led to hate. Why are you, and then you did that, very, you attempted that thing, and why are you, I don't think he sought sympathy from the Korean public or anything. I think he was genuinely under frustration. But for the people that are saying that it was, too much, or like, that shows people are too hard on him, people are like, well, that was generated by his bad actions. And, him doing a drastic move like that and, trying to blame the public is also like a form of like gaslighting or something like that. So I've seen those kind of comments. So there wasn't a lot of sympathy there. It's very harsh to say it out there, but when that incident occurred, a lot of people were saying like, oh, don't you try to guilt trip the Korean public. You're the one who messed up. And, like doing this kind of action is not going to forgive you. It's only going to paint you more as like a coward or something like that. So, yeah, I know it's very harsh. But I'm just saying that was the sentiment back then, and that just piling up with his further on, rep and all that, actions and all that, it just didn't snowball in a right way. So, in a good way. Has there been a Korean celebrity that has been forgiven after a drug scandal? Yeah, like Ju Ji-hoon. And, actually the main cast, the frontman, Lee Byung-hun, was in a lot of scandals back then too. So, yeah, I don't think a drug scandal, but for drug scandals, there have been some, cases. Yeah. I definitely agree with the director in assuming he's away for a while and would hope that the backlash wouldn't be as bad, but I guess it was stronger than the director assumed it would be. Yes. It doesn't matter. His whole story, K-netizens are weird. Yeah, and let's see. Welcome, Simpleton Crawls. Long time no see, actually. Most international fans love Thanos. I think he was amazing. It made the show funnier. It was obvious that he was supposed to be an awkward character to me. Meng. Yeah, I agree too. Jewel, I think he had anticipated K-netizens might not be accepting of him yet, but he took this chance to market himself to an international audience through Squid Game being such a global success. Yeah, I think it was a smart move too. I think it was a calculated move too. And also, I do have this, like, one part of the speculation I agree from the K-netizens is that the director Hung used him as like some sort of a marketing tool, because of course he has that idol background. So of course the fans are given, and there was a controversy following him, and the director was knowledgeable about that, and he casted him for that particular character. So definitely he predicted some kind of buzz coming from this. I think the actor and the director both knew that this kind of thing would follow. And I think that was like a marketing point. That was a selling point, a calculated, approach. Yeah. A lot of people in the chat saying, I loved his role. He did an amazing job. Chammer, welcome. Yes. His nails were even painted as the Infinity Stone. Yes. David, do you think Yoongi's record will be mentioned every time like T.O.P is right now, asking a Korean's perspective? So, again, disclaimer, I'm not trying to criticize T.O.P or in any way, okay? However, the difference between T.O.P and Yoongi's record is not, it's going to be mentioned, but only some jobless people that, really don't care about him. But Suga is going to be fine. Because, first of all, he was very apologetic about it. He was very cooperative with the investigations. He stayed low for a very long time. He even canceled his show and all that. And, that's like the standard, code for, how you act after you've done something questionable in Korean society. And, I think the Korean public saw that. And when you're behaving like that, when you're actually like self-reflecting like that, and the reporters and the public are like bombarding him and all that, that's when people actually feel sympathy. They're like, oh, maybe we're doing too much. Maybe this is like too much for what he did. So that's when the tables turn. So I feel like, in Yoongi's case, in Suga's case, it's gonna be a little bit better than T.O.P's case if you were to compare. So Yeah, and he is BTS after all. He is BTS after. And as much as I like Big Bang, as much as I respect them, and they were my ultimate fave back then, Big Bang has been a little bit problematic with their name. So there's a lot of uneducated people, like not in terms of actual education, but like uneducated people in terms of Big Bang's history and just know them as like a criminal group or something like that. And they associate them as problematic, every single member. GD is one of the prime examples within the group. He's the leader of Big Bang. He has totally got forgiven even after the marijuana case. Like, he was like, oh, I didn't know about it. I'm so sorry. He even appeared on a TV show and he was very, very apologetic about it. And he tried to just pay back with like his music, and he stayed low for a long time, and he was very careful and, you know, all that. But GD is now in his prime again. Like, he's king, and he's coming back with a full album soon. So even within the group, there's a direct comparison. So that's how important, like, how your reactions are after like a controversy. So I guess that's why you need like a PR agent or like a entertainment company or a label that's actually doing the PR things for you. Yeah. If you handle it bad, like, there's no coming back. Yes. Okay. Wow. A lot of comments. Welcome, Eris from New York City. Okay, still haven't begun season 2. It's on my list. I hope I didn't spoil it to you. Yes. Yeah, and as Carol says, Suga has army, unlike how T.O.P. does not have VIPs anymore. Like, most of the VIPs have left him because of his behavior towards his own fandom. So, yeah, not a lot of favoritism towards him. Yes. Speaking of GD, have you heard that his full album is rumored to release in February? Yes, I've heard that. I think it's actually official, no? I think I saw it in the news. All respect to GD, yes. Yeah, okay, anyways, that was the controversy and debate over T.O.P. And I have some more news. However, before I go on, I have some exciting stuff to introduce to you guys. So, if you might know, might have noticed this awesome hoodie that I'm wearing right now that says Piroso Seoul. It's a premium hoodie with an overfit that looks super cool, and I can't wait to show you the back of it. As you can see over here on the back, there is this amazing artistic drawing of the mugunghwa, which is our national flower. It's called the hibiscus in English. That's the first time I actually knew about it. But actually, we have Korean calligraphy on the back, as well as like a signage over here. There's like Korean calligraphy that we actually developed for Piroso. So we have the English logo, the Korean logo in the back, and we have the national flower of Korea. But in overseas, nobody's actually going to know it's the national flower. However, it's a very, very cool hoodie. And in the background over there, you can see the Namsan hoodie, which symbolizes Korea's and Seoul's iconic signature, Namsan Tower. And it's made in like a calligraphy kind of form, in the form of brush strokes, a little bit more subtle. In the front, you can see the Piroso calligraphy. So I just wanted to present you guys this. And if you go to our website at piroso.net, biroso.net, if you go over there, just for your info, this pop-up, you can sign up to our subscription email and you can get a 10% off your order. We give you a lot of discounts over there and a welcome coupon probably when you sign up. But on the main side right over here, if you go to this pre-order Piroso's calligraphy hoodies, you can actually see the story behind our hoodies. And also we have 2 days, almost like 3 days left for the pre-order. It's until January 10th. Right now we are doing a 10% discount for the hoodies at the moment. You can see all our pictures over here. The one I'm wearing is the black one, but we also have a gray hoodie as well. And show some love for the Namsan Tower one as well, because right now there is overwhelming demand for the mugunghwa hoodie. I think over 20 units have been sold for the mugunghwa hoodie. I think the design actually is great. However, the Namsan Tower hoodie needs some more love. So I would really appreciate if you show some love for this hoodie as well. And the Korean calligraphy, we put a lot of effort into. So as you can see, we went to Gwangjang Market with our two wonderful models. I think some of you might know Chan, Korean. He's a Korean teacher on social media. He has a lot of followers. And, yeah, we went to Gwangjang Market and took these amazing pictures of the hoodies over there. So it's really oversized fit. The sizes go up to 3X large, so no worries about the size. If you're worried about your size, there are the exact measurements in the detailed, description in this, page. And this is the Korean calligraphy. So cool, right? And this is the whole progress on how we made it. And this is the mugunghwa over here and all of that. So go check this out. And right now, you can see the overfit hoodie sizes over here. Right now, not only the hoodie, there's another exciting thing. The random box is still on the go until January 14th. So for $18, I know a lot of you don't want to waste your shipping fees overseas because it's expensive, right? So actually a lot of you guys want bundle packages for if you're buying something, you want additional products. I think this is an amazing additional product. Because it's a random box. For $18, you can get everything that exceeds that price. Everything from $19 to $46. And I promise you, we're not only giving out $19 products. You can get anything out of these one products. So it's like a surprise gift for you. So if you don't know what you want to buy, you might add in one of these and expect for a fun thing. So, yeah, you have fabric posters over here, wine caps, hats, and, bucket hats from Jungkook and, decorations for your house and all that. So it's a fun aspect. And also for the people who are watching right now exclusively, I will give you a coupon code only if you buy the random box. If you purchase the random box and use this coupon code at the same time, you will get, I think, a 10% discount off of your other purchase. So it's happy 2025 Piroso. So please use that coupon code for a discount. If you want if you have already used that coupon code, you can use the coupon code KPC to get a 10% discount at the same time. And also, not only this, but go check out our website in general. We have new products from Hanjirom. This is very a new product, but I will actually introduce them in the next live stream because they are very interesting and I haven't uploaded all their products yet. So yeah. And on top of that, one last thing. So you remember this soap, right? The thank you soap. Yes, this has been actually very popular because I guess a lot of people have people to thank personally. So this is the real physical product for the soap. Here it's very well packaged and it says thank you over here. And this is the soap here. It has a very subtle, a fragrance to it. And I think it's one of the best unique kind of presents you can actually gift a person you are actually very grateful towards. So this is the soap from Suki Studio. However, they have another set of soaps. Yeah, they're a handmade soap. What do you call it? Gongbang. And if you go to Suki Studio over here, you can see all their soaps. So the one right now I'm trying to advertise is the Busan Camellia and Black Bamboo soap set. It's only $9 per package. And as you can see over here, it is well packaged. It's cute package. It's a small size so that you can carry it with your travels and all that. It has a story with the representative plants of Busan, which is the camellia and the black bamboo. You can read all about it over here. And to show you the real product over here and the packaging, it is so cute. Look at it. It's so pretty, right? These are the perfect products you could actually gift yourself or other people as well. So this is the Diamond Bridge. Right there is actually where I live. So Busan represent, and also Dongbaeksan. When you go to Busan, make sure you visit Camellia Island. It's right next to Haeundae Beach. And take this tram. It's like a really scenic ocean ride. So these two soaps, they're very, very cute, and they're like the size of this. You can carry them on your road trips, or like if you just want your own personal soap, if you don't like communal soap in like hotels and stuff like that. Like it or not, if you're traveling, a lot of places have like communal soap. Not all places are 5-star hotels. I'm not kidding. If you go to Airbnbs, they will have shared soap. And also we have these little soaps as well. So there are 3 types over here: honey cocoa, shea butter soap, and green matcha soap over here. These are very cute items as well, and they're very, very mini size, so you can just use it for like a quick trip and then discard them. Yeah, so if I open it and show you how they look, this is very, very, very cute and handmade. Very simple, right? Over there. Smells excellent. Smells excellent. It doesn't smell that artificial or anything. So yeah, I would recommend these products if you are ordering our hoodie or any other products from Piroso, because like the shipping costs a lot. So might as well add in other products as well, right? So yeah, go check them out. Can't wait for your hoodie to arrive. Thank you, T. Rose. Thank you so much. And Chandler says, I'm getting that 3X large. Well, take a good look on the measurements, okay? Like, just before you assume yourself is like a 3X large or whatever, I would take a good look at the measurements. It's very oversized, so this is actually a large size, and I'm 180 centimeters, and it's actually pretty big on me. Like, it's a pretty good fit on me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm 180. I think, oh no, actually, correction, this is an X large. This is an X large, and I'm 180 centimeters. I'm a pretty chubby dude, and it's pretty good on me. Yeah, this is how I look. So, yeah. Don't assume. Shea butter. Okay, shea butter. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that in English. And you got your pre-order? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, do you have soap that you can shower with? Well, like, technically, all soaps are available to shower with. Like, that's how I use my soap for body, if I don't have body wash. Yeah, so you could use these if you want to use them. So, yeah. Anyways, appreciate all the interest towards Piroso. And yes, we ship to Europe and Scandinavia. We even ship to Africa and everywhere around the world. So don't worry about that. How is the Korean sizing? Is it small and extra small in the US? I'm not really sure about that, but normally what people say is that you up one size and it should be okay. So like a Korean large would be a US medium. So like a US medium would be a Korean large, and a US large would be a Korean X large. Normally that's how it is. However, I would really suggest you guys to like Google it, or like go to, I guess, Gap or American Eagle or whatever, Zara, and compare the measurements on the site for the best fitting. Yeah. Okay, lol. Okay, let's go on. Thank you for listening to that. I know a lot of you are here for the news, but a lot of you here are to support my journey as well and all that, and you like to hear all these updates. So yeah, I'm really glad I can present you these new products that are coming soon, these projects that have been on the works for a long time on Piroso. So really appreciate that time. So let's go on back with the news. Before I go on, let me just have a drink. I've been talking nonstop, and I'm so sorry I wasn't able to notice anybody on TikTok because these lights are extremely bright. And Zayuri is on TikTok, and Wonderland is on TikTok. Thank you so much for the likes. And if anybody has sent diamonds or whatsoever, I don't know, but thank you so much. So yeah, on to the news. So what's happening with Taeyeon and Wendy? Let's go to the K-pop realm. What is happening over here? So they address miscommunication on why they're not going to perform at SM's 30th anniversary concert. That is actually huge. Because, like, you know, SM always has their SM Town concerts every single year. And this is their 30th anniversary. So it's actually pretty record breaking for like a Korean label to be over 30 years. It's one of the longest, oldest, labels that has that much history, right? And, SM Town is usually held annually, and all the SM artists at once, just appear. Right now, I would assume there's like Rise, and there's also NCT, and there's also, who else is there? Espa and all that. There will be all those idols and all those groups coming there. And what's special about SM Town usually is that you can see the OG groups as well, not only the rookie groups and the up and rising groups. However, in this case, Taeyeon, which is from SNSD, and Wendy, who is from Red Velvet, they have expressed discomfort and disappointment towards SM and some sort of frustration that they will not attend in the SM Town concert. So, Girls' Generation Taeyeon and Red Velvet's Wendy have shared personal messages with fans explaining their absence from SM Entertainment, highly anticipated 30th anniversary concert. And Taeyeon took to a fan communication platform Bubble to personally communicate to fans about why she decided not to participate in the upcoming SM Town Live 2025. And she explained, "I wanted to put out an amazing performance and was eager to prepare 2 or even 3 songs, so I told the company and waited. But to put it simply, they did not make the preparations, so I ended up not being able to perform at all." And she said this all in Korean on her Bubble with her fans. This is like a private platform where fans can actually talk to her. And yeah, like, there is some beef going on. There is some drama going on because she literally told the company that she was eager to prepare 2 or 3 songs, but then they didn't make any preparations at all. They just ignored her. So that is bad. That is very bad. That's not doing your duty as a label. I don't know if they actually forgot or actually they were intentionally trying to ignore her or whatever, but either way, that is very unprofessional and that is not good because Taeyeon is actually very, very super popular. She has amazing songs. She has amazing ballads. She is a veteran in, SM Entertainment. She's one of the founding members, I would say. Yeah. She was the leader. She was, for God's sake, leader of SNSD. So she continued, "It's absolutely not because I lack motivation or don't want to do it. I'm just sincere when it comes to performing and I want to put my heart into it and do my best. That's all I want. But because I wasn't properly supported, I'm seriously wondering what is really going on here. I'm sharing this one with you, Sones, as SNSD fans, because I'm worried you might misunderstand me even just a little." So she's trying to defend herself, saying it's not my decision to not participate in this concert. There was literally no communication, no support at all, and what am I going to do in this kind of situation, right? She expressed her frustration when one fan asked, "The company must have had its own circumstances, right? I'm sure it's a difficult situation for the company as well." And then Taeyeon responded in a very passive-aggressive tone, I would say, "Their circumstance was that they forgot, so I guess it would be a difficult situation for them." Ha ha ha. Very sarcastic, right? And on the same day, Wendy was, it was announced that Wendy would not be performing under Red Velvet in the SM Town because Red Velvet has like individual contracts right now. So it's very hard for SM to actually group back the original members with their individual contracts and all that. There are multiple streams of communication, multiple contract specifications and all that. I would assume. And Wendy said on Bubble and clarified her position regarding the latest announcement about her absence from the concert, saying, "You may have already seen the announcement or maybe you haven't yet, but the discussions with the company happened over a month ago, and the official notice only went up today. She added, I'm sure many Revelovs were looking forward to a 5-member Red Velvet stage, and I'm really sorry about that, hinting that she would not be on stage. Since it's the 30th anniversary, that there will be a variety of stages I've prepared. There will be a variety of stages prepared by Red Velvet. I hope you have a great time. Thank you always, and I'm sorry. So this is so sad. This is so sad. I guess we don't have the details on what actually happened, but I believe the idols. Like, what more is there to say if the idols are saying, like, they did not actually prepare, SM didn't actually prepare anything for them, and they didn't reach out to them, there was no communication at all. So, yeah, I believe, I'm totally on the idols side, and I'm totally on Taeyeon's and Wendy's side, and I felt like it was like a dick move from SM. Unprofessional or either a dick move. So this is Wendy's bubble, her actual statement over here in Korean. Yeah, so it's very sad because I'm personally a fan of Red Velvet too. I personally think they have one of the best quality music, most unique music in the K-pop scene, that I really enjoy listening on a daily basis, despite them being like a girl group and stuff. So yeah, it's a really big disappointment because Wendy is like a huge part in terms of vocals and the composition of the song of Red Velvet, and not being able to see her in like a monumental, like a historical 30th anniversary, SM Town concert where it has so much significance. It's such a loss, right? A lot of other K-nets said, and fans said, what kind of company operates like that? It's not just a lack of communication. It's like the communication has completely cut off. It seems like Taeyeon held back before speaking up, but the clueless company is just trying to avoid taking the blame. An artist as established and successful as Taeyeon even spoke about wanting to perform, and yet the company responding like this feels like grounds for contract termination. Why aren't they doing their job? SM acts like a big company in name only, but it runs like a corner shop. They really think they're top tier, but no real major company operates like this. They don't take care of someone like Taeyeon, yet they protect people who cause scandal after scandal. Oh, we know who we're talking about. How does this make any sense? Treating Taeyeon like this? Yeah. What's wrong with them? This company is seriously insane. Yeah. And I agree, because I'm an SM stockholder. SM, what the hell are you doing? My stocks are down 19% right now. Get Taeyeon her spot on, I think it's already, water under the bridge, but get Taeyeon her spot, her deserved spot, her solo stage on SM Town 30. I think at this point she wouldn't want to go on it, but this is just so frustrating just to see. Yeah. That's 100 people performing right there. Yeah. And also, it comes across that a lot of OG idols have issues with SM, especially the fact that many speak out and some left even. Yeah. I guess the K-pop idol scene in general, like in terms of contracts, it's very one-sided in the first place. And even when they renew it, a lot of people aren't very happy with the contracts. That's why idols, despite them being in groups, actually pursue individual labels or other managements after their 7th year or when their initial contracts expire. That's what happened with Blackpink, Red Velvet in this case, and SNSD. So yeah, it's not surprising that there's like unprofessionalism and like mistreatment and all that, but Taeyeon, for real? Like I think she, like, if SM Town, like the building, if you've been to Seongsu, like the huge building, if that building is like, I don't know, 50 stories or 40 stories or something like that, Taeyeon probably contributed to making at least like 2 or 3 floors of that. So yeah. That's not it. And Doll Baby, thank you, reminding the people to not forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because right now, actually, more than 400 people are watching. Thank you so much for enjoying my live streams. I know that most of you are not subscribed to the channel, so if you have the chance to, I will always provide you with entertaining and informational content weekly, and also you can chill with me on the weekends as well. So please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you want to participate in these real-time live streams. Thank you, Dolly Baby, for reminding that. Over 400 finally. Guess people are waking up. Yeah, I guess. And speaking of, Rachel is here as well. We all know SM stands for so messy, clever at this point. SM, they are always having issues. Why did I invest in SM and YG? Oh my gosh. Okay, wait until they find out some BTS members are making a move. Oh, I think HYBE will do everything in their power to get a BTS recontract. And they already all 7 members contracted again with HYBE again. And probably HYBE gave very, very advantageous contracts to BTS because, you know, like, some people go to the extent of saying like HYBE is nothing without BTS. Which is not actually true because there are major groups like 17. There's also other groups like right now Islet or Le Sserafim or whatever. Like it or not, they have a lot of presence and a lot of global hype and they make a lot of money as well too. But the reality is BTS is like a huge portion of HYBE. Yeah. Can't deny that, right? Yeah, Taeyeon is such a big artist. Crazy to not include her. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. There is probably some beef going on behind the scenes, probably, because we can't just assume this is only a matter of miscommunication. I would think Taeyeon is bounded by contract or whatever, so that's the most she can disclose or whatever. She's technically going against her company, but it would be even more messy if she included like actual drama and beef. Yeah, to the fans and public, right? It's big kid music, not HYBE. I guess, like, well, if we're talking about 17, then it would be Pledis, and then Le Sserafim, it would be like, what is it? Where is Le Sserafim from? Oh, I forgot. I suddenly forgot. But it's like a multi-label agency, a label, so, that's what HYBE is pursuing. And Adore, I don't know what's happening with Adore. I don't even know if New Jeans is under there or not. But anyways, you get the point, right? BTS made HYBE possible. Exactly. Yeah, let's go on to the next news. Speaking of SM, Espa, yes, my favorite group at the moment, rings in New Year with grand prize at 39th Golden Disc Awards. Deserved. As they deserve. K-pop juggernaut Espa rang in the new year by taking the home grand prize at the 39th Golden Disc Awards. I'm actually very happy because the Golden Disc Awards, unlike a lot of other awards that are just made spontaneously just to spray out awards, the Golden Disc Awards hold some kind of reputation. It's a pretty reputable one, alongside with, I guess, Mama? No, I don't know. Mama is a big award in terms of like scale and stuff, but in terms of like award credibility, I don't know. But anyways, the Golden Disc Awards is a pretty big award, and riding their high on the success of mega hit Supernova. Only Supernova? Are you kidding me? There was Armageddon, there was everything else. There was Whiplash and all that. The K-pop girl group won in the digital song division category at the 2-day event that started Saturday at this Mizuho PayPay Dome in Fukuoka, Japan. And they were awarded in the album division category. A live broadcast was canceled following acting President Choi Sang-mok's announcement of a week-long national mourning of the plane crash that claimed 179 lives. So there wasn't any kind of live, I guess, ceremony because of that. However, they won, and as MCM over here says, Queens. New Jeans better? No, I would argue. Like, they both have their strong suits, but this year it was definitely Espa's year, as I have been preaching for the whole time. Yes, Espa definitely deserved it, and I just wanted to give them a shout out. Love them for that. Yes, right? Well deserved. Why is everybody laughing? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go on. Oh, another new, I guess related news to Squid Game, kind of a fun news. So, 달고나 and hyung, these two words are included in the Oxford English Dictionary as it welcomes 8 new Korean words. So, I don't know why, but the Oxford English Dictionary likes to include Korean words, year after year. That's very great, and the news always catches up onto that. And I'm surprised that a word like 달고나 was listed on that. I guess it's the popularity of Squid Game, so it makes sense, definitely. But if you actually think of the importance of the word, or like how much Korean people actually use it in a daily basis, I haven't used the word 달고나 in like regular terms forever, right? But on the contrary, for hyung, it's like a very, very widely used word. Like I use it every single day. Like, calling Jin over there, he's older than me, so I would say hyung. So words like hyung, oppa, or like that, I would understand. But 달고나, like, you can just see the influence of Squid Game over here. So 달고나, it says it's like a Korean confection made by adding baking soda to melted sugar, typically sold by street vendors in the form of a flat disc with a simple shape such as a heart, star, etc. carved on its surface, frequently as a modifier, especially in 달고나 candy, 달고나 cookie. Wow, that's very specific. And they even have like a recipe over here with sugar, baking soda, all that. Oh, they have the history of it. Like, it was called T.O.P in the 1960s. Wow. And then, of course, they have the context of the Squid Game and TikTok trends. So this is pretty detailed. Yeah. That's pretty detailed. Wow, there was a cross shape as well. And what were some other words? So other words that were listed in with Korean origin was, 노래방. Okay, 노래방. Finally, about time. Like, if you are a subscriber of this channel and you come to Korea and say, let's go to the karaoke, you should unsubscribe. You should consider unsubscribing because no, it is not karaoke, or neither it is karaoke. It is 노래방. In Korea, use 노래방. Yeah, it's basically a similar concept, but 노래방 means singing room in Korean. Yeah. And then we have the word 막내. Maybe this is Jungkook influence. 막내 means the youngest of the group, youngest of the family, among siblings and all that. And then we have 찌개. So K-food is definitely spreading a lot. 된장찌개, 순두부찌개, 청국, no, what else? 비지찌개. We have a lot of 찌개s. Like, it's like hot soup. And 떡볶이. Yes, 떡볶이. So this is, I guess, the official, spelling of 떡볶이. There were a lot of variations. And 판소리, I'm surprised with 판소리. 판소리 is like a very traditional Korean way of singing. Yes. So yeah, very, very interesting. 떡볶이, yay! hyung and 막내. Yes, so this is very delightful to see this kind of news. Yes, and I think the chat might have been frozen. Yes, it is frozen. I don't know why this happens time to time, but let me refresh the chat. There we go. The chat is now refreshed, I think. Yeah, there we go. There you go. It should be working. Yes. Jungkook, yes. Yes. Hey, David, just started my new job today, says Ryan, and it's Korea related. Wow, that's awesome. Let me know what kind of job it is. Dalgona coffee got extremely popular over the last few years. Oh yeah, it is very popular, but I can never do it because it's two things I don't like. Overly sweet and coffee. I can't handle the caffeine. I can't handle the overly sweet thing. Like, it might cause me diabetes. Is Dalgona cookie an acquired taste? Tried one the other day. Can't say I'm a fan of it. No, it's like junk food. Basically, it's street food and it's mostly just sugar and baking soda. That's basically it. So it's not healthy. It's not supposed to be a unique taste or anything. It's just a different form of cotton candy, if you want to put it some way. Like, you know how when cotton candy kind of gets burnt and you smell that, like, kind of charred, what do you call it? Taste on cotton candy. It kind of tastes like that in my experience. Caffeine is why I could watch you live today. Well, caffeine effed me up. Big time. Yeah. You like green onion pancakes and japchae with bulgogi. Wow, you're making me hungry and it's past 12 and I pledged to myself in the new year that I will never eat anything past midnight or like past dinner time. And I've been doing it so far for 3 days successfully. So please do not tempt me. Do not take me into temptation. Sales and marketing for a Korean government agency. Wow, that is crazy. Congrats so much. When I go to Singapore, please introduce me to the folks you're working with. I feel like we could maybe have some collaboration with Piroso. Yes, I'm going in February, so let's meet up for sure. Yeah. And on to the next news. I think I have like 3 more news. But before we go on into the news, I have another exciting thing that I want to introduce to you guys, of course. As you can see over here on the lower side of the screen is our sponsor, Soo House, over here. It is the best app that you will get, where you get free events and tours, meetings and meet and greets, classes and more. And you get to meet unique people and fun learning about Korean. You can practice your Korean with fellow Koreans or other international people that are practicing Korean like yourself. And if you go to their Instagram account over here, which is SooHouse_official, please follow them on Instagram. It's an all-in-one community for international friends in Korea. Connect, play, learn in Korea. They have some exciting events that are coming soon. So, they were actually, a booth. They actually had a booth during SeoulCon. So if you were in SeoulCon while it was not canceled, when it was not canceled, you could visit the Soo House booth and you could see everyone was very excited over here. They had giveaway events. And right now, exclusively, if you have a goal of learning Korean in 2025, they have a giveaway event that is going on, a Korean for All textbook of your choice. All of the textbooks are qualified, so just choose your level at the web store sooandcarrots.com over here. So if you go to sooandcarrots.com, you can enter for this giveaway and buy these bundles. And there's a notebook over here and Hangang's novel in Korea, the 2024 Nobel Prize literature winner. And the first 5 people to sign up are guaranteed these prices until January 10th, which is Friday. So first come, first serve. Go for it, guys. Yeah, KPC fam, go for it. Yes, you get all of these. So if you go to sooandcarrots.com over here, this is the website, and you can see that the event should be going on somewhere over here. You can also download free study worksheets and all that. You can shop the Korean workbooks at the bookstore and all that. It's on a massive sale at the moment. So go check it out at, sooandcarrots.com. And also, they are hosting this group class foreigner and Korean pairing session from beginner and intermediate every Saturday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Sinchon, which is the hub for international students, at the Meeple Community Cafe. Oh, wow. I'm kind of interested right now, like looking at the participants. Maybe I should go and, practice my Korean in English. I am so bad at English. Can you teach me English, please? You so pretty. Do you want Korean boyfriend? So want to make 20 friends in your first week in Korea? This is a golden opportunity for you to make a lot of Korean friends and experience a wide range of Korean culture in really fun and engaging settings. As I said, every Saturday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. in Sinchon. Details for the group class for non-Korean participants. Boo-hoo, yeah. All foreigners are paired up with Korean partners who will provide assistance. So I guess there are designated partners. Oh, they get to have all the fun. Can I qualify as a Korean American? After the class, they all go out for fun with dinner, karaoke, and bar and pubs. It's a great way to meet locals and other international people that are residing or studying in Korea. The fee is 22,000 won, which is which is a bargain. That's only like $18, $17 or something. You can go to this post and get all the details and ask about this, through this Kakao Talk. And I think you will get some benefits if you say you're from KPC. At least you'll get like some good reaction. So always mention that you're from KPC, okay? And they also have a snowball party going on, the largest language exchange going on Friday the 10th in Itaewon from 8 to 10 p.m. So how about a chance to both practice your Korean and hang out with new potential friends at the snowball party? Feel free to bring your friends. The more friends you bring, the bigger the snowball party grows. That's so cute, right? Fee, no on-site payment, online payment only. Please send private message to the host if you have any problems with the transfer. So all the details and links are on the Soo House events listing. So in order, I guess it's $7 via PayPal. That's super, super affordable and cheap. So if you want to check all of these out, go to Google Play Store or App Store and type in Soo House, and all you have to do is download it, and the interface is amazingly easy to navigate. So please do check it out. Yes. So that was it for Soo House. Thank you, Soo House, for sponsoring this episode of KPC Live as well. And back to the news. Rachel, I might visit SK in October. If I'm in Korea in October, would you want to meet me? Yeah, let's go for a lunch or dinner. Yeah, for sure. Let me know in prior, though. October, that's like in 10 months. Okay, definitely you'll have to let me know beforehand. Yeah, because like there have been a lot of people that wanted to meet me and I said like, okay, but then when the time comes, I'm either super busy with like a project or I'm traveling or I'm in Busan or whatever. So you really need to let me know beforehand, especially if it's like that long. I might even forget. David, please go do a meet. Q, please. 안녕하세요. No, that's like Korean. Hello. No, am I being racist to my own? I'm gonna stop. Yeah. Do a live or video there. That might be fun. Yeah, I might suggest that to Sue. Yeah. I agree. He should do a vlog. Yeah. Why don't you go to one of the Soo House events and make a vlog? Maybe. I'll maybe talk about that. Yeah, I just have too much stuff on the table right now. Yeah. Busy freelancer, busy entrepreneur, busy YouTuber. 3 titles at once. Oh shit. Let me actually check if there's anything urgent on my freelance job at the moment. Give me like 30 seconds because actually this is my working time, and if I'm actually summoned, I should be responding to that. I might have to ditch this live stream if there's in case of an emergency. I doubt that, but I saw one message coming through on Slack right now. So let's see. Yeah, nothing critical at the moment. Phew. Phew. This is the perks of being like a remote worker and freelancer. I can do live streams. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next news, the remaining news. We have Netflix's popular series Singles Inferno coming back. I know a lot of you enjoy Singles Inferno, and as a producer of one of the best international dating shows of all time, Ramen and Chill, I'm a big fan of Singles Inferno too, but honestly, I was only hooked until like the 2nd episode. I didn't even realize it's like a season 4. Wow, it's been carrying it on for a while, right? But anyways, season 4 is coming, and obviously they're staying true to their brand image over there. Like, of course, the thumbnail has to sexualize guys with their 6-packs and nipples and biceps and triceps and all that. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Anyways, like they have a very provocative and sensational thumbnail over here. And the main poster of Netflix's reality show Singles Inferno has been released, heightening anticipation for its premiere on January 14th. So we have only a week left. The show features singles navigating an isolated island known as Inferno, where they can only escape by forming a romantic couple. And since its debut in 2021, Singles Inferno has become a globally popular series, cementing its place as one of Netflix's standout reality shows. The fourth season promises to return with an even bolder and more captivating cast. How bolder can you get? I mean, honestly though, when you actually watch it, there's no actual tea. It's all like just surface level and, just bikinis and swimming suits, and that's it. Ramen and show was so good, says Cicelo. Thank you so much. Each season has brought fresh changes. Season 1 introduced a new era of dating reality shows. Season 2 gained attention for its intense relationships. Did it though? Season 3 spiced things up with shocking new rules. Did all K-pop get paid for this? Season 4 aims to take things to the next level with deeper emotions and high-stake romantic encounters. Okay, let's see. Let's see how that is. And the MC is Hong Jin-kyung, Lee Dae-hee, Kyuhyun, Hanhae, and Dex. Yes, Dex. That's great. I love Dex. So this is the poster, the hottest inferno in the universe, more unpredictable, more intense than ever. And contrary to the past trailers and the seasons, they just straight on revealed everyone's faces and visuals even before the release of the first episode. And I've never seen them do anything like that. But I guess at this point, there's no like novelty in the trailers themselves, because it's just become like a very repetitive format, and everyone just knows what to expect. So I think they're just revealing the wow factor in the beginning. So even if I'm sure there are internet detectives that have already revealed their identities and all that, but still, you can already get a little bit excited by seeing their visuals and all that. And I think they've only revealed like half of the cast. So as for a fact, this guy in the middle, his name is Yuk Jun-seo, and he's actually a very famous guy from a TV show called, I think it's Gangcheol Budae. It's one of those like military shows where like special forces participate and they compete against each other. So he's actually a well-known figure. So yeah, there's definitely hype behind it. I don't know if you're actually interested or excited about it, but yeah, I think people will watch no matter what. I think I'm just gonna, like, for season 3, I didn't even watch, but I just skimmed through and saw the participants, and that was about it. I just consumed it through like internet communities, seeing if there was any like spicy or dramatic scenes or whatever. But yeah, ever since like season 3, I haven't been catching up to it that much. Like, they're okay, but the last minute ads better be hot. Aren't like 80% of the female cast beauty pageant contestants? Yeah, because let me save my words. Yes, they are, and they're very pretty. They're very pretty, attractive, and competent people. Yeah. So yeah, and the thing about Singles Inferno is, I think the major reason it's lost a lot of hype is because the contestants and the participants are there for alternative motives. They are not there to actually find their true partner. And I don't think there has been a single couple that has actually, I guess like was it season 2 or 3? There was like this one couple, the finance guy and the Miss Korea girl. But other than that, there hasn't been like a solid couple. And also, even if they were a couple or they had rumors or such, it was all because of the hype or them trying to be influencers or trying to promote their brands or businesses and all that. So all those like extra motivations and other motives, I think that's the problem of Singles Inferno the most. Yeah. And that's the problem. Like I guess like Korean people wouldn't really see the appeal of these like handsome and super attractive people. They wouldn't see the appeal of appearing on a show like Singles Inferno in front of the whole world, like revealing themselves and revealing their flaws, because they have to remain as perfect and desirable and like a successful businessman and stuff. They don't want any kind of scratch on their reputation or career from these shows, because they're already very like highly competitive, highly competent and popular people in the real society as well. So it would only be like a damage to them if they did like drastic moves and dramatic moves and stuff like that. So they all play it safe. They all just like try to go through the season, and they know that fame follows by, and that falls into like their reputations and businesses and all that. So I think that's the main problem. On the other hand, there is this show called 나는 Solo, I'm Solo. I think that's also available on Netflix on the Korean side if you use a VPN. I don't know if I don't think they have English subtitles because it's a long show. But that show is actually the Koreans' fan favorite because actual people, like real people, like not glossy and six-pack, super hourglass bikini figure, like plastic surgery people, not those kind of people appear. Like beauty pageant people don't appear on those shows. It's like people like me or your everyday Joe, or I don't know, like the next door ajashi. Like they appear like in their 40s and like their late 30s and all that, and they haven't been able to marry yet. So they come on these shows and they just show the real side of like being a human and like craving for love. So that's like the fan favorite of Korean dating shows at the moment. And it's been going on for like forever. I think it's been over like 10 seasons or whatever. Yeah. So anyways, if you have a chance to watch I'm Solo, that's pretty entertaining. I think I'm going to watch Ramen and Chill again. Thank you. I really wanted to make a season 2, but hopefully maybe in the future. Yeah. No one will be better than my Haesun. Who was Haesun? My memory is glitching. Oh, is it it's the girl that's studying in the UK, right? Like she was very, she was very attractive. She was very cute. And, she was amazing. Yeah. I don't even remember any of the participants right now. Like, Freesia, Songjia is like, she had her controversy. That's what I remember her for. But other than that, I don't even remember any of the guys at this moment. Jinseok, I remember him because of like his high nose and like his cafe. But other than that, I've forgotten all the guys. Oh, the basketball guy, Kwan-hee, I remember him. He was scandalous. I remember him. Among the girls, it's only like Chia and I forgot. I think a lot of them has lost their hype, but yeah, they get instant hype and followers right after the show, so it's like a win-win game for everyone at this point. Where do we watch Ramen and Chill? I'm from California. Thank you. You watch Ramen and Chill on YouTube. It's free and it's 5 episodes. It's on DKDKTV. Yeah. I follow half the guys, especially the hot baker. I don't know who that is, but good for you. Yeah, I don't follow any of the girls. I think I had a slight crush on the first season. There was this girl with a massive pelvis. I know every time I say that, that's very weird, but that's actually like a common trait a lot of Korean guys feel very attracted to. It's the korban. Korban. We call it the korban. That it's actually like the term for it in English is pelvis. Hip. I guess hip it would be a nicer term, but yeah, if you translate it literally, it is pelvis. But like she stood out so much in her, I think her swimwear and stuff because of her figure. It was like crazy. But not only that was like the wow moment, but she was from like Harvard. She was studying neuroscience and she seemed very like, attractive in general. So I remember that girl, but I forgot her. I think it was like, it was like Cheon or something. Yeah, I think it was Cheon. Yeah. Yeah. Do you mean hips? Yes. I think it was Cheon. Oh yeah, it's her. Yeah, it's her. So other than her, I don't remember anybody. It's this girl. Like I had a slight crush when I was reviewing it back then. Like look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, but she was cute. She was a smart, cute girl. Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm suddenly starting to like fanboy over her again. Looking at her articles and stuff. Why is the internet so slow? Oh my gosh, it's not showing the picture. Oh wow, look how cute she is. I think she was the cutest out of all the contestants, like so far. Yeah. Oh, she's very my style. Anyways, TMI, TMI, TMI. I felt bad because she cried a lot. Oh, okay. I met Seok, the hot bakery guy, at his bakery in October. Oh, is the hot bakery guy Jin-seok? Yeah, that's the guy I remember too. Like, I didn't know it was a bakery. I thought it was a cafe. So, yeah. Yeah, so. Okay. And, what news do we have left? Okay, so we've been streaming for 1 hour and 48 minutes, 405 viewers at the moment, 200 likes. Please smash that like button before we go on to one of the last news we have prepared for today. I might carry on for a little more. If you want to talk with me, if you have questions, I would appreciate a lot, some super chats. If you could support me on the stream, we've been low on super chats on this stream today. Or maybe PayPal's the best way to support, or Patreon as well is all appreciated. Show some love to the stream by likes and all that, please. No need to feel guilty, David. I really liked her too. And Sohee from season 2. Who is Sohee? I need to check for research purposes. What? Sohee? Sohee 솔로지오. Sohee 솔로지오. Ah! Oh, okay. She was, okay, not to be too harsh on her, but she was more on like the more relatable side, like the more realistic side, I would say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, oh wow, there's Jiyeon here again too, but I got distracted. But, you know, Sohee was more of like, you know, an approachable person. And I think she was very attractive in terms of her character because she was just very nice, and she was into acting and stuff like that, while all the other people were like beauty pageants and like, you know, untouchable, unreachable, you know, amazing careers and reputations and all that. So yeah, she was cute. She was cute. Yeah. Oh, now I'm kind of getting excited for Singles Inferno 4 now. Yeah, I'll just check out this female contestants and. Oh, I didn't read your super chat? I must have missed it. Let me go back to it. I really apologize for that. Dolly Baby, thank you for the $10. Pizza! My husband keep asking me what is hoodie gang. Please do not let him know. Because he might ban you from watching KPC after he knows the reason, the meaning behind hoodie gang. Yeah, it's very scandalous, so, no. Are you planning to upload podcast vids? Yes, I am. It's just taking a while because I have just so much stuff on the side right now. Anna David reaction videos, Singles Inferno season 4. Yeah, I could make, yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, I could actually do a joint reaction video with Anna for that. Yeah. Show some love and hit the like button. Yes, please. And on to our last news, but let me carry on for a while. Even after this news, let me just make it 2 hours and just end it. So what's going on in Korea is the age is 19 to 34 in Seoul, Korea. In Seoul, 15% of them are NEETs. And which means 6 out of 10 of these NEETs are women. So more than half of them are women. And what is a NEET? Do you know what a NEET is? So NEET means not receiving education, employment, or job training. Basically, you're just not doing anything. You're not working. You're not interested in getting a job. You're just like I'm just gonna live my good life. I'm not gonna work or whatever. So yeah, according to the Seoul Institute, a policy, whatever, the youth need population aged 19 to 34 in 2022 was calculated to be 320K in Seoul and 1.73 million nationwide. In the same year, the proportion of NEETs among the entire youth population of Seoul was 14.8%, decreasing from 19.7 in 2010. Well, that's good. That's good. But right now, let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah. So I think this is probably about 2024, if I'm not wrong, because this is an article from 2025. Regardless of the date, regardless of the year, the fact that 15% of this huge demographic, like everyone who's graduated high school and graduated college and is in the job market, is in their like economic like prime time to get a job, 15%, more than 1/10 of them, the fact that they are unemployed is, I think, it's a pretty big problem. Yeah. And I don't know, I might have to dig into the report a little bit more deeply, but I don't know if it's voluntary or involuntary, but either way, it's a big problem, isn't it? Right? Like, so if you're voluntarily not being educated, employed, or working or anything, and you just decide to be, a hopeless being, I guess, like, society might drive you that way, but it's not good for yourself. It's not good for the economy, the country, and all that. So that's concerning. And also, if it's actually driven by the harsh job market and the low employment rate and all that, and the economy, that means it's a very big red flag for our country's future as well. So right now we have a tax shortage to actually take care of the welfare in terms of the demographic pyramid, because the working demographic is dwindling in terms of number, while the elderly population is multiplying like crazy. So the taxes just can't cover up the social welfare for the elderly, and more taxes have been given to the younger demographics. So yeah, less jobs, bad economy, just a sense of like hopelessness. I don't want to work. Even if I work, I need to save every dime for 25 years to buy a basic house in Seoul. Like, why buy a house in the first place? Let me just live with my mom and dad. Let me just live like this forever. I give up. This kind of sentiment is spreading. And I think this is like it's like a plague. Yeah. And I'm not trying to blame the people that are actually, victims of this society and the harsh competition and all that. But if you're doing that by choice, I think, if you have the options, if you have the ability, and you're just not working or being a member of society willingly, then I think it might be a little questionable. Well, you have the freedom to live like that, but I would say that is not very healthy way to live. Yeah. If you have all the money in the world and you have a lot of savings, then why not just go? I want to do that. I want to retire early, so go for it. But in the case of these people, most of them are in poverty, or they do not have any savings at all, and they do not have any future plans. So yeah, that's pretty questionable. So it's an economic problem. They're the next generation. Yes. Maybe some of them have depression, or they feel like it's pointless because of how competitive it is there. As I said, that is a very, very big sentiment here. That's what I was wondering, if it's involuntary, then I get their struggle. I think it's definitely a mix of both. It's a mix of both. If you look at the comments here, of course, Korean people being super harsh people and deeming everybody who's jobless as losers, and people that are lazy, the comments are extremely negative, and they're pointing towards, we call it the 실업급여. I don't know what it is in English. let me try it to translate it. So it's called unemployment benefits. So once you were employed for like a minimum amount of time by law, and you get laid off, or you just decide to not work anymore, you get unemployment benefits, and a lot of people live off of these. And I think it's like, you know, for a couple months you get like an amount of, how much is it actually? 실업급여 얼마? So yeah, let's see. So you get yeah, so apparently I need to get into the specifics, but if you max out on the unemployment benefits, you are eligible to get more than up to $1,600 per month. And that is 80% of the minimum wage, apparently. And yeah. So yeah. And so a lot of people live off of these unemployment benefits, and they just hop from this job to that job. And I actually know a personal acquaintance of mine who has that kind of lifestyle currently. So they kind of like abuse the law to some extent. So they know that they need to work up to this point, so they bear that amount of workload, and then they just immediately stop working, and they get those like unemployment wages benefits, and just live on like that. So yeah, like if you look at the comments over here, they're pretty harsh. As I said, they say you guys have nothing to do, so that's why you just go protest for impeachment. Okay, because of you guys, my parents' backs are broken. Get rid of all the youth allowances. This is about like giving benefits to the youth, or you know, the unemployment benefits and all that. I don't want to work because I'm not desperate. I should just wash dishes at a restaurant. When I'm tired, I don't have time to think about other things. Okay, that's like a wrong translation. This doesn't include any job seekers. This is the number of people who are not receiving education or seeking employment. So how many unemployed young people are there? As the 2030 NEETs gradually grow older, they become hikikomori. That's like a person who just isolates themselves inside their own room and never goes outside and never sees sunlight, and their room is like a trash can, and their parents like give them food in front of the door and all that. Yeah, so anyways, it's a stressful situation. What is the industry that has jobs there? Not much. I mean, it's pretty much the same as any other country, but I guess we could say we have a lot of jobs in like the car industry, semiconductors, engineering, gaming, and we have our finances and banks and all that. But yeah, what will happen as the world turns to more AI? I don't know. So like, I know a lot of store owners as well, my friends. They have started not employing any part-time workers. They are just grinding themselves, or they are implementing like robots that can boost their efficiency, because they have learned that the younger generation is unreliable. This is coming from my friends' mouths, okay? Like, I'm not trying to generalize, but what they say is that the younger generation doesn't have the grit. They don't have any kind of sense of responsibility towards a part-time job. They don't want to do anything extra. They want all the benefits from the full capacity of the law, and they try to abuse it, and they try to blackmail the store owners if they break a single little detail, and they get like unemployment benefits right after like doing their whole like legal amount of time of work and all that. So all my friends are just very, very exhausted over the behavior of these part-time workers, and they go through thorough interviews with tons of people to do part-times. But a lot of my friends have concluded that nowadays it's just so hard to trust a human being. You always get backstabbed. So my friend has actually got reported to the labor department like 4 times already, and it has costed him like a fortune to actually go through lawsuits and like compromise and a compensation and all that. And I heard a story, and the law is very, very imbalanced, and it's favorable toward the laborers and the part-time workers. And sometimes there is very, very stressful situations where the business owners can't protect themselves. So yeah, that's the general sentiment, I would say. And minimum wage has been going up and up. However, the sales is the same, right? The economy is bad. So actually the sales are tanking while the minimum wage is going up. So they just can't afford part-time workers anymore. So yeah, my friend nowadays, he's just grinding his own body, and also, what do you call it? The shocking thing was when I was in Busan over the past few days, Gwangalli Beach is one of the busiest districts in Busan. It's like the most popular travel area, and even for the locals, they hang out over there, they party over there. It's beautiful. However, for the past decade, the first floor of all those like buildings in front of Gwangalli Beach, they were full of really nice outdoor restaurants, bars, and just stores and all very unique stuff. But when I went recently, all of the first floors and even the second floors, I'm not even exaggerating, you can go and check for yourself. Every single major store in the first floor of Gwangan Beach is either a self photo studio. There's like one self photo studio after another, like one here, one here, one here, and they're all different brands. And there's like a automated sushi bar, and then there's like a automated arcade. There's like massive arcades where you do like those claw machines or play like those drumming whatever things. So none of those businesses need any human beings. And there's like automated convenience stores, automated ice cream stores, and I was so shocked. And when I saw that, actually, I felt like, wow, this is the start of the collapsing of a huge economic crisis or a reset. Like, the economy is not going to be able to sustain like this, because if human beings are not, being employed and they can't live on, and the business owners can't even sustain themselves without using automated things, and they're all going to get out of business. There's not going to be any jobs. There's going to be chain effects. There's like household debt, and all the assets are tied into real estate. Once the real estate the bubble starts to pop, then there's going to be a huge crisis and chain effect into our economy and all that. So I was like, wow, like just seeing this, it's like a very, very bad sign. It's a bad omen. So I was very shook. Yeah, that's chump change. Who can live on that? Well, I guess in Korea, to be fair, $1,600 you could live off of that. Actually, if you don't consume that much, that would actually be more than enough to live off of that. Yeah. Like if you have a roof over your head, like assuming these people, they're definitely not working, so they don't have a home, right? So they're probably like living with their parents. So if you get $1,600 per month, even if you were to order food every single meal, like 3 meals a day, per average a good meal, like a nice meal, would be like $8, $9 per delivery. So every single day, even if you order food and even if you get some sides, that would be, let's say, average $30 per day, right? So 30 days, that's only like $900 for food. And you basically just need food to survive if you're living with your parents. So like you have a surplus of $900 more, so you could spend it on movies, or you could just go outside and enjoy, I don't know, whatever. You $1,600, so you have like $700 more dollars. So yeah, like if you are talking in grocery terms, if you go to Costco or you go to the supermarket and you buy in bulk and you save up and all that, $1,600 is actually a lot, I would say. Yeah, the living cost is pretty different, I guess. We don't have tipping too. Yeah. That's why in our country it'd be very hard to find part-time jobs, because people just leave like that. The commitment is questionable. Yeah, that's the general sentiment over here too. Like nobody wants to commit, and they just quit after like the whole education phase. So from my friend's standpoint, he's very stressed because like he's like, okay, I understand that they're not committed and they're not the business owners, so why would they be dedicated to this? However, it's the most stressful part for him is that it's a huge loss in terms of time and effort, not only money or spirit or energy or anything, because you educate the part-time worker and you elevate them to this level, like they get knowledgeable about how the store works and how they're supposed to brew the coffee or whatever and clean up and all that, and the system and cashier and whatever. And once they've mastered all of that, like once it's rolling, like that person quits again, and they need to educate one more person again and again, and they need to train like new part-time workers over and over again. And that my friend said that's like the biggest like pain in the ass. And because they don't have managers, my friends don't have managers, as I said, they don't have the expenses for that, so they're doing all themselves. So they're training a new person over and over and over again. And some people just say like, "Oh, 사장님, I'm sorry, I quit," and then just send a text message. And then if my friend says like, "Oh, you're not allowed to quit like this. You need to give me like a notice in advance," or blah blah blah, that person will report it to the labor department saying that's like abuse or verbal abuse or language. Whatever, and they will have like some kind of fabricated evidence, made up evidence that is technically by law like the business owner's fault. They'll find some kind of bad detail from the store, like some sanitary regulations and stuff, and say like, if you don't let me go, and I will report this to the labor department and you'll get a fine and you'll have to give me more money. So do you want to just settle like this or not? So I'm not lying. Like my friend said, there are tons of cases like these. Yes. So I'm sure there's a lot of like diligent people too, but yeah, when I just hear more and more and more of these cases, I just lose hope and faith in humanity. This is a weird question, David, but do you find most people around that age are going left or right in political ideas? Mostly left. Mostly left. Younger generations usually tend to be more left. The interesting thing, though, is once they go through their youth and when they turn 30 to 40, I don't know if this is specific to Korea, once they get a taste of society, they convert to the conservative side. That's what happened to a lot of my friends too. They started off very like passionate and like enthusiastic about like democracy and, politics and human rights and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But after they're jarred from society, they're like, you know what? Maybe the conservatives have a point. So that's what I've been seeing. Gacha machine stores are a thing now. That's what I was saying about Gwangan Beach. Yeah, and Seoul as well too. The Korean bubble popping isn't unexpected. Just look at Japan in the 1980s. Yeah, but everyone knows that, but they're trying to deny it because they don't want the bubble to burst because, as I said, 78% of the entire demographics assets are tied with real estate. That's crazy. That is like, if you go watch my video, that's like, if you go to the US, it's only like 40 something percent. And that's like a healthy amount. But that means if the housing market cripples, like if it tumbles, then every household is in deep shit. Because most of them don't own those houses. They're in major mortgages and debt. And if they go into like a deficit, if their housing prices drop down, they can't even sell it for a surplus. So, yeah, they'll just be in that vicious cycle of paying eternal debt. And, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Prices in the UK are so expensive with many young people being priced out of housing. Yeah. How is there no restrictions in the law for people living with their parents? I don't know. Quite honestly, it like a lot of the policies, I do think this is the right direction because I do think the youth need some benefits and advantages in this harsh society. So a lot of these policies are very favorable and leaning towards the youth. So they don't have like very high standards. Yeah, so like you would assume that a person that's living with their parents is not well off. You know, they don't have a choice to go independent. They are living with their parents because the rent is high. They can't get a job. So that's the basic assumption there. That's why there wouldn't be any regulations there. That's not Korea exclusive. Whatever I've been saying for the past 10 minutes, right? That's a global trend going left to right as you age. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so I guess that is it for the day. And how long? I've surpassed 2 hours. I said to myself I wouldn't pass 2 hours this year for live streaming. Dolly Baby, thank you for the extra $10 super chat. Pizza, I'm not telling him I like being married. I don't think, I mean, in all seriousness, like, I don't think, like your husband is probably not he's gonna laugh it off even if he knows what the meaning of hoodie gang is, and if you explain the context behind it and the story behind it, it's gonna be a good laugh. But even so, I would say like it's not wise to disclose that information. Yeah. I'm Simples and Crawls. I'm moving back with my mom, but in my defense, I'm transitioning out of military and I'm a college student. Yeah, go for it. I don't know why there's like a shaming culture of people living with their parents. Like, if you think of it in a different perspective, isn't it sweet? Isn't it good? Like, if the person that's living with their parents is okay with it, if the parents are okay with it, then who are other people to judge on that behavior? That person, and in another sense, that person is being economically smart too, like financially smart, and it's also like enforcing a better relationship with your parents. And as I said, I saw this one graph, like in life, the amount of time you spend with your parents go down drastically after your 20s and 30s and beyond and on and on. But if you actually think about it, the only person in the world that unconditionally loves you and will do anything for you, I know it's not all the cases, but in majority of cases, is your parents. They sacrificed their lives for you. They fed you. They raised you. They gave you warm shelter and food. So, like in the Eastern mindset, like we try to give back to our parents as much as we can and spend more time with our parents. Unfortunately, that's not the reality. But if you acknowledge the fact that, like, you spend most of your years of life with your husband or wife or your children, I guess that's good too if you have a family. But the fact that the person that really, really, truly sacrificed a lot and loved you doesn't get much time compared to other people you meet on different stages of life. That's kind of sad too if you put it into that perspective. So yeah, it's max 19 years, 18 years, and like 5 or 6 years of it you don't even remember. And the sadder thing is, like, your parents get older and they need care, but nobody's really giving them care or love or interest. So I think, in a perspective, living with your parents or spending more and more time however you can is like a very good thing. Yeah. My mom wants me to move out by 35 and buy my own house. I mean, that can be expected, but even so, like, in a general mindset, like, I guess every mom out there, even though you move out, like, they would want to frequently visit you and talk with you and, all that. Do people in Korea get roommates when they move out? No. Mostly see people living alone with them. No, we don't have the roommate culture. That's not big here. I don't know why. But it is really hard to live with another person. Yeah. Right, just because your parents don't want you, don't mean mine don't want me. We only leave our parents when we get married. We help our parents with the living expenses while we live with them. Yeah. I would love to live with my parents. I didn't have that luxury. When I turned 18, they say you're adult and to get out. Yeah. Bye, Mocha. See you next live stream. I agree, David. I have a townhouse, but it's so expensive. I thought of moving with my parents again and help care for them and my 94-year-old grandfather. That's great. That's great. I love my family and my parents are ecstatic for me to return home. They're all in their early 40s. That's awesome. That's awesome. Luritus, thank you for the 20. Wow, thank you so much for the 20 euros. Pizza. David is such a sweetie. He will miss living with my grandma. Yes, that is actually a very big, discussion going on right now at the moment. Because my grandma, we got her a separate house, although it's right next to my mom and dad's. She wanted her own space. She said she was embarrassed to live with my dad together. So we got like a little one room for herself right next to, like, right in the vicinity of my mom's house, like literally 3 minutes. So we can go check on her. I think we might even give her one of our dogs. Like, the dog we're living with right now loves my grandma and she loves her too. So it just makes sense. However, my mom, on the contrary, wants me to raise the dog because it's a burden for my grandma. She can't really, like, crouch down and take care of the dog or walk the dog. So my mom would have to go over there and walk her as well and blah, blah. It complicates things. So yeah, like, we're discussing a lot of that. And in the midst of that, like, yeah, it's getting pretty emotional. My grandma's like, oh, I won't be able to see David. I've been living with him for like 12 years now. Like, I'll miss all the daily chores and all that. What will I do by myself? It's gonna be so 심심해 by myself and blah, blah, blah. And yeah. Yeah, so anyways, my mom is like, you should raise the dog. But I'm like, if I live alone, it's gonna be, I'll probably be out a lot. I'll do a lot of, like, meetings outside. I will be at home at the same time, but I don't know if as an individual, like, single person, I'll be able to take care entirely of the dog. Like, it's a huge responsibility, right? At least with my grandma, I didn't feel that bad leaving my dog for a long time at home because my grandma always talks to her and, like, feeds her and takes care of her, like, pee and all that. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. And also, my dog is, like, short haired, so they have a lot of fur, as you can see even on this hoodie. Like, I'm always trying to remove these white fur from my clothes. So yeah, if I'm going to live, like, a decent life with no fur, then that means no doggo. But it's gonna be sad for me too. It's a very big debate right now. Yeah. How's the apartment lottery? So it's actually tomorrow. I'm going to the PC room with Sangu. You remember Sangu, right? I He said he had an occasion to visit nearby, so I was like, I'll buy you lunch. Can you go to the PC room together, and can you be like a second hand for me, so I can double my chances of getting the house lottery. So we're attempting tomorrow at 2 p.m. I've practiced on clicking. It's basically like getting tickets for a BTS concert. So I don't know. The competition is going to be tough. Fingers crossed. There's a lot of units out, so hopefully I can get my hands on one. That's going to be great because I'll be able to save a lot of rent, and the place is actually amazing. It has like 2-3 rooms and all that. Yeah. Okay. 386 people on the stream, only 239. Please press the like button before you go, hoodies. Yes. In India, we live with them till marriage. It may continue even after marriage in some cases. Yeah, every culture to its own. That's great. Okay, guys. So, it's 1:37 a.m. in the morning. I promised myself that I will go to sleep no matter what at 2, at least every single day, and wake up at 9 a.m. and hit the gym for 2 hours and then start my business and work after lunch. That is my new routine for the new year, new me. So I am going to actually implement that. So yes, that was it for today's KPC Live. Hope you enjoyed the news. Let me know what you think about the topics discussed in the comment sections below after the stream. I will probably cut out the introduction part because it was all echoey and all that, so you won't be able to see the real-time chat function other than this one that's engraved here. But that's that. Please do go check out Piroso at piroso.net. Check out our hoodies. If you can purchase it, it would be amazing. There are a lot of attables on our site as well, like the postcards, the soap, and a lot of unique gifts. Perfect for the new year. If you're visiting a person in the new year, it's awkward to go empty-handed, right? So yeah, unique gifts over there. And yes, if you want to check out more about my personal stories or more deep scoops about Korean news and Korean society, you can get extra podcast episodes, audio podcasts, on Patreon at patreon.com/koreanpizzaclub. $5 for K-pop reactions monthly. I do like 10 reactions all at once, and $10 for the exclusive live streams. And there are early access to episodes included. So please go check out Patreon. And really appreciate you all tuning in. And I will see you on the weekend again. So thank you, everybody, and have a good night. Have a good day. Bye.